Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Right Time, a Wave Sports and Entertainment original presented by Prize Picks. My name is Bomani Jones. Thanks for listening wherever you get your podcast. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. You only give us 4 stars. I'm inclined to believe you are a hater. It is that time of week where we have a guest join us. My man Travonne Edwards joining us live from New York City. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Bo? Welcome back. I'm happy.
Hey man, appreciate it. Glad to have you. I wanted to throw this out here because I thought I would be bored with the Cam Newton story by now, but I'm not bored
hmm
yet with the Cam Newton story. And then I just remembered that you from LA and you've been around basketball and Los Angeles sports for a long time, and it just made me wonder what the wildest thing is that you have seen surrounding youth level sports and shall we say aggressive coaching.
Oh man, I've seen former quote unquote local legend, I won't say names, fight with said parent of now coached, child of local legend, right? And these two get into it over playing time, right? Like, yo, why my kid's not playing? Like, what's wrong with you? They get face to face. Dude gets punched. He leave the gym. The dude that gets punched goes and pops his trunk. And you know what that means. You go get that hardware and the whole gym scattered. And it was just too much. Like, you know what I mean? We not fighting in the West. It's that, we ain't getting that. We ain't getting no good old tussle like Cam Newton did them. You're not going to throw me on the internet. We going to clear that gym out.
Well, that's actually the biggest surprise to me is like these cats really thought they ran up on Cam and nobody had that heavy metal. And my thought would be like, if I'm Cam, I'm scared of somebody running up on me because you must have that heavy metal because otherwise there's no way in the world that you think that this can work. The only way that you can ever have the confidence to run up on me if I'm Cam Newton is if you coming with the clapper clapper.
Bro is 6'5", 240. Like, he looked like how he was tossing them dudes looked like his highlight tape trying to get past the goal line. I was waiting on him to do the dab after. Like, I don't know what they was thinking. They did not have a right plan for that one.
No, but you think about that 6'5", 240, right? That's basically
hmm
like the size of PJ Tucker, except even PJ Tucker don't seem as big as Cam Newton,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's not a small man.
That's not small. Any of these athletes. We talk crazy. We look at them from afar, whether it's the TV. Even from the 200 seats. You paid a little decent money for the 200 seats. They don't look too threatening. But when you walk up, like I said, I was at the Garden not too long ago, and I seen Luca. I said, he not that fat. He
Oh,
not that
word.
fat. Okay, I'm like, oh, he in shape. And he not that slow. He just playing his own pace. So it's a little different, man. TV at a little 10 pounds. You got to put respect. That dude is legit 6'7", 6'8", 220, 20, maybe 240 if you being nice. And yeah, them dudes are really big humans. So actually trying them, and like Cam obviously still works out. He obviously not like chiseled, but that dude's a strong man, despite the slander of his hats and how he dressed. He still can throw them things.
Well, I mean, first of all, like a man that dressed like that, leave him alone. He has derived that confidence from someplace, and normally that confidence is accompanied with the ability to whoop that ass. Whoever ass decide they want to
hmm
step up, this is what it is. But I can make a basketball segue off of this. You mentioned Luca and Kyrie. Luca, they just lost that crazy game
Oh my
to the
God.
Cavs, right? With
Yeah.
Max Strus like going NBA Jam on fire in the last 3 minutes and hitting the most unlikely. Like, look, man. I feel like when you tell Max Strus, hey, you got the 3/4 court shot, you really gave up. Except they didn't give up. They won the game. He
Mhm.
nailed that. But you realize how crazy the NBA is, where you got Luca and Kyrie playing at peak Luca and Kyrie levels, and that's the 8th best team in the West.
Mhm. That really shows how talented these guys are, how talented these teams are, how competitive we are at this level in 2024. You mentioned the Max Strus heave, reminded me of the Devin Harris, the fumble joint that went at half court and it went in. And those games, like those attempts, you're not supposed to allow them because anything can happen. You play until the buzzer ends, but like some shots be like, nah, I don't think they're gonna go. And you don't want to foul. Like, I think that's the one thing that everybody's like always like, don't play too hard of a defense because you can bail them out and put the ref in a weird position to call it. But man, yeah, like you said, man, it's competitive, and the Cavs are actually rolling. Like, I don't think they're getting enough love.
You know why? I mean, they're not getting enough love because don't nobody believe that shit for a minute. I don't believe it for a minute. You don't believe it for a minute. We think it's cool that they second in the East. Don't nobody believe it, not for 1 minute. Because, I mean, first of all, we doing this around 2 small guards and 2 tall men, not to be confused with big men.
Yeah.
We saw what happened the last time. Right. Tall man, not big man, right? We have seen this happen. Like, one thing we know, you can't have 2-time tall man, you can't have 2-time small guard, and they got both of those and said, we're going to run it back, and we're going to see how this goes again. And I just don't nobody believe it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't have no faith at the beginning of the season, and then they got it going, and shouts to JB and his staff and Donovan Mitchell playing, really well. But it's like, again, it's hard to trust Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell can score his ass off, but like at the end of the day, it's like, still don't trust them. And then, like, are they good enough to beat the Boston Celtics? Are they good enough, hell, to even beat them, a healthy New York Knicks? We still haven't seen them healthy yet. But again, I don't even know if I trust them. Miami Heat is starting to figure it out too. They had some double-digit wins. So, and Miami Heat always, they're the last 25 games of the season type team to bring the momentum into the playoffs. They always make a crazy run. Spo figures it out all the time. So it's interesting.
At Miami, I feel like I don't know what matters until the playoffs actually start, right? Like, after I've seen you go to I've seen you go to the finals as a 5. I've seen you go to the finals as an 8. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this other stuff. I really have no idea, right? Like, that's just, so wherever they are, and I think they sitting like 5th or 6th somewhere right over there in the East. Okay, whatever. They could be sitting at number 1. They could be sitting at number 10. They had to go through the play-in order to get in there. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm just going to have to assume that somebody there knows what they're doing until proven otherwise. Like, that's just how that team feels to me. But in the East, I look at it from top to bottom, and I'm just kind of like, if this ain't the year that Boston can run away with it, I understand why you look around and just be like, yo, what more can we possibly be talking about here? Because I am a long-standing Porzingis skeptic. I took pride forever. I felt like everybody got a little bit too hyped up about that idea from the beginning, and since they hated the Knicks and Dolan, they got like on Team Porzingis in a way that I didn't think was in line with his actual play or what he actually deserved. Hey, man, he's starting to look like that dude they was talking about when he came out the draft.
Yeah, and also just like on the defensive end, like, he's locked in, and I think certain players get the responsibility given to them when they first get to the league, and that's not who they are. But the beauty of it, if you can stick around and you're not phased out, you get a chance to recreate the path for yourself, right? Not a lot of pressure from him. He doesn't have to be the second guy every night. He doesn't have to be a consistent 30-point, 25-point guy. Right now, hey, help us on defense. Give us some offensive end. If you can do both, rebound, etc., that helps. And like I said, they're in the mix. You know what I mean? I don't think they can beat a Western Conference team, but I think like they're sitting at the top, cozy, at that one spot.
But here's my question: what if they need him to be the number 2? Because like I feel like they might need him to be the number 2.
I don't believe that one. I don't believe that one. Not a buyer.
We have seen the limitations in the other number 2 option that they have in Boston. I'm just saying, what if it turns out that you kind of need Porzingis to be the number 2 because of that whole, like, as I say, Jason Tatum, his right hand man ain't got no left.
That's a bar, by the way. I mean, look, it's second round exit. You see something weird like that.
Yo, I don't want them to go out in the second round because I don't want nobody to die. Some shit gonna burn down. I don't know who shit it's gonna be, but something gonna catch on fire if they lose in the second round.
It's gonna look like 1957.
James Brown gonna have to get on stage and tell everybody to calm down. Like, I just can't. Can you imagine if they can say what you want about the Celtics? At least they get you to the conference finals. If they were to mess around and lose in the second round, like if they played Miami in the second round and lost in 6, or make it worse, lost in 7 at the crib.
Oh my God. It'd be like how the Phillies lost. And everybody was just, well, you know what I mean? Like all that whole miracle feeling and all that, all out the door. Trade them, fire everybody. Like they would be in every camera. If you had a fan cam, they would have to bleep so much because half of them going to be drunk. And they for sure not going to have nothing nice to say. But listen, if they lose in that second round, it's going to be trouble. And the team right now that I think that's going to make a fun run is Indy. I don't know how far they going to go, but they go beat somebody that they're not supposed to beat.
Well, I think Tyrese Halliburton is a legit on my back guy, right? Like he's a dude to be like, all right, fellas, what we got is me. And if we just jump on my back, let me take care of this, right? And like, let me take care of this. They got a couple of other dudes. They got just enough around where you be like, okay, somebody could get it going or whatever. You might like, you know what they are? They're a team that make you want to bring back the best of 5. Like one of the worst mistakes the NBA ever made is when they got rid of best of 5 in the first round. Because a team like that could win a first round series in a best of 5. They could mess around, steal a game. Right. You know, like after the NBA lost too many good teams early and they decided never again, and they could get more money off an extended first round. But it's way more interesting when you got that best of 5 out there and somebody can come out here and sneak a game. Like I feel like Indy's the team over there that can sneak one. Otherwise, Boston, who I guess the problem is we don't trust them neither. Like the only thing that we trust in the East is that the Miami Heat are going to play really hard.
Yep. And I think that's the key to it. Availability and playing hard, right? And just having the cojones factor, you know what I mean? In certain situations where you look at it in a situation of like, look, man, we got 7 games. Who going to tough it out? Who going to be a SOB and really get to a point of like getting it done? You know what I mean? And we've seen one too many times people wet the bed, especially the quote unquote superstars.
But this is all shaping up for what would be best case scenario for me and you. And I don't even know if you fully understand that it'll be best case scenario for me and you, but I think it will be for me and you because the thing that me and you have in common is we both live in New York City. And I just cannot imagine what this city will be if we get a deep Knicks playoff run. Like if the Knicks are still playing and stuff is green and warm outside, right? Like if the Knicks, imagine the Knicks got a playoff game at 8:00 on a day where it's 69 or 68 and sunny and everybody's been at the park. Can you imagine how lit New York City's going to be if it's like game 3 at the Garden and it's a nice day outside?
Oh, we getting a watch party, Jurassic Park, Toronto level. Like somebody, we might get a watch party in the Bronx. Somebody might pull out a mega screen. They might put on a wall projector, and we just go to a watch party and just sit there and just get.
You'll never see a happier collection of people. These people are so happy right now with the Knicks. Like it's not even at that crazy. Hey, so what do you think? Championship? No, they just seem to be really happy that the basketball team is legitimately good and good in the way that they like a team to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been talking to people around the city and the energy's there, like thinking about the years where like paper bags, showing up the paper bags, you know what I mean, over their face to now like, yo, we got a squad. We filled all our needs. All we need is our guys to get healthy. And if they can show up in the first round with a full healthy squad, like I said, that Eastern Conference Finals don't sound as ridiculous as it is just because they scrappy, they play hard. And like I said, they don't have no jokes on their team. Like, bro, like when you look at the run, like if Tibbs actually goes 8 deep, 9 deep, that 8 is serviceable. And they gonna be they gonna play hard.
Well, that's what I was saying. The thing is, so like right now they sitting at the 4. So let's say that they got to the second round and they were playing Boston. And the strategy would be we're going to hit these dudes in the mouth over and over and over again. Like, you would get a lot of that because the Knicks are built for that, right? They got big, what's that? The Hartenstein dude and Mitchell Robinson. That's what they here for, right? Like New York knows what to do with some big dudes like that. Like, we don't really need y'all to do nothing but go out here and be big. And is this incarnation of Boston, the one that doesn't have a Marcus Smart on it, right? They are battle tested, but are they ready just for a series where somebody gonna knock them around?
I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be all finesse. Like, Jason Tatum would have to truly prove why he feels he's the best player in the NBA, and he's said that, recently in last month. So I think in those situations,
that's cute.
Yeah, he really thinks that, Bomani. You know what I mean?
Cute.
He was asked a question, and I was just like, I don't feel that way. Even the same thing about him thinking he's the MVP. Like, the MVP is like, cool, y'all sitting at the top, but like, you're not doing it for me. You're not doing it for me at 27 a game.
No, well, I'm also say this, man. You can be out here like, I'm the best player in the game and all that, and I'm like, I feel like there's an unspoken modifier in there, and y'all are competing to be the best black player in the game, right? Like, it's wide open. Who is the best? Who is the best NBA player of African descent? There's a competition to be had. I'd watch that one-on-one tournament. However, who's the best player in the league? No, sir. It was, and until further notice, it will be the big old dude from Serbia, right? So, like, I just need the brothers to understand. Like, maybe Jason Tatum, you the best player in the NBA with waves. Maybe that's
with good hair still. With good hair.
Yeah. Your barber don't cut nobody's hair. Nobody's hair who's as good at basketball as you are. These are the kind of contests that y'all gonna need to have right now, because we done lost this recipe, dog. We ain't even winning like the American blacks. You know what? Maybe that's where it is. Jason Tatum, he has to broaden his horizons a little bit. These other blacks count. These Europeans, they also count too. All he thinking about is dudes that played AAU. Like, that's where he at right now.
Yeah, I mean, even Anthony Edwards has kind of cooled off a little bit. I had Anthony Edwards right there in his face. But, I mean, we back to reality. And my two favorites right now is the Canadian, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's cold.
And Jokic.
Dude, I was watching the Thunder and the Rockets last night. I think we're underestimating, like, there are things that are that aren't new, but I think we underestimate what they are sometimes. Like, just because a couple of people have done this before, it doesn't mean it's a common thing. It's just not the rarest thing in the world. Dude, that whole I'm a 6'6" point guard thing, that matters. Like, Shai is 6'6" at the top of the key, and he's hitting you with like 50, 40, 90 splits.
Yes, he's a dog, man. Like, I mean, like, overall, he's been locked in ever since. You know what I mean? He said he spent the summer watching The Last Dance, and he's just on his mic mode. But, like, he is really backing it up. Then I like the idea, between him, Halliburton, Brunson, this quote-unquote new age era of guards, right? Shai's going to Instagram and talking shit about his opponents, and that's just so fun. I don't think I was gonna be rooting for OKC like this since post Durant Westbrook era, and here we are.
I don't think people understand how good they are. And having 3 MVPs on a team at one time is crazy, right? And that's what they had. They had Westbrook, they had Kevin Durant, they had James Harden, but having Shai and Chet on that team at the same time. That's something that we gonna look at in a very similar fashion, I believe. Like, I feel like we've seen enough to see that what we thought Chet was gonna be, if he stays healthy, we're in line with where we thought that this could go, right? Like, I don't know. They ain't no I don't know at this point about that dude. He out there doing it, right? Shai right now is putting up like advanced numbers that are in the Jokic space, which is ridiculously difficult to do as a guard. The things that he is doing
as a guard at
so
that.
Just have Right. Just having those two dudes, plus what they got around them, plus they still got all the picks, so if they need to make a move to do something, they can still make a move and do something. We have completely lost track of what they're doing.
Look, Jalen Williams doesn't get mentioned enough. Hooping, right? You make the quote unquote gutsy vet move, former All-Star. You bring in Gordon Hayward. They ain't even got minutes for Gordon Hayward. That's how much they rolling. They ain't got minutes for Gordon Hayward. Let Gordon Hayward go play for the Lakers. Let Gordon Hayward play for the Suns. They would have been talking about this for 3-4 weeks. Oh, I love the acquisition. They got Gordon Hayward. He's going to be great when he finds his footing. They don't even need him to find his footing yet. He just figuring it out. He ain't had enough practices. He just going over there at post game barking, a little innocent bark. He with the young fellas. He just here for the ride. He understands, and I like what they got going over there. Prestia, dog. He for real.
And your boy Wrong Foot. Like at some point they're gonna trade Wrong Foot because I just think that they could probably get more from him than they use. But every time Josh Giddey put a shot up or go to the basket or whatever, all I know is it's gonna be off the wrong foot. I can't imagine how frustrating it is trying to guard that dude, right? Like he stay clapping on the 1 and 3. Everything he do is just like, what is this, man?
That's the school of Nash, man. The Drogic school. You know what I mean? Throwing off your opponent, but it's not needed on every possession, But I think that's a good problem to have, like knowing who you actually could part ways with. You know what I mean? You waive Poku. And now you look down and you're like, I like all these guys. All these guys are really good guys. But when you got to go? Josh, you're out of here, brother. You're out of here.
Right. Like you just look around and it's just kind of like, wow, a good fan favorite, right? You like to have that. That got me thinking about Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward now has played on all the teams where if he was ever going to get his jersey retired, he done checked 3 of the boxes. He went to Utah. He went to Boston. Now we in Oklahoma City. He just wasn't never that dude. Like that's all that you just know that from there. Just never got to that place. But I wanted to ask you something about the East because we bounced around talking about all those teams. But one team that we did not talk about in the East as we did all that bouncing was Milwaukee. And, I mean, you and I have not talked about the whole Doc situation. And I don't know if there's any new terrain to be had about Doc. But Dame seems cold and sad, man. Can we, Sean, can we get this quote up here from Dame Lillard? What Dame Lillard had to say about living in Milwaukee. He said, I go to practice. I go home. Play video games. Man, I can't read it because it's too small on my screen. But the people
said, man, I type in boxing website, Fight Hype on YouTube 100 times and been praying for something new to be on there. Seriously, I don't have much of a life.
Yo, maybe he just meant that matter-of-factly in the flow of conversation. Yeah, maybe he meant that matter-of-factly in the flow of conversation. But let's be real. It's not like he moved there from Paris. He was living in Portland. Yeah. Portland's not the most exciting place in the world.
I will say this, as have lived in Milwaukee and in Portland, again, I'm not trying to have people just, in my mentions with the torch and saying I'm bashing the cities. Portland felt more of home because he's obviously got a chance to grow as a man, make money, bring his family there. He still has family there that have livelihood there, you know what I mean? And they just can't come, they can't go with the ride. You know what I mean? They can't go to Milwaukee. So he's missing the normalcy of being able to hide out in the little of the state and be surrounded by family. Now, you come home after 2-3 hours with the Nasses and Giannis and all these young boys. That's a whole nother thing. Dame is the oldest on that team outside of Brooke.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
And also, he thought he was going to Miami. Let's not forget that he thought he was going to Miami. Like I say, he thought he was going to Miami and he went to Milwaukee. It was like that time I was talking to my brother and I meant to say Somalia, but I said Samoa. There's a big difference between Somalia and Samoa. Big difference.
Yes.
Just like there's a big difference between Miami and Milwaukee. You got to make sure you look very close before you click.
Hey, them bags is packed. And it's like, you got them tropical shirts. You gotta go buy a puffer. The disrespect, like the sadness in your face. Like your agent telling you, like, yo, Miami good is done. So you like, oh, like, you know what I mean? When I get there, we're going to go to live. We're going to have this party. We're going to go here. I'm going to get a house off the water. I'm going to be like, it's cool. I'm single. Yeah, just newly divorced. Like, it's just the whole thought. And then you get sent to Milwaukee and you just like, damn.
Or they tell you Or they tell you Miami's not going to happen, and then they're like, okay, but there's Milwaukee. You're like, whatever, man. I don't even care. Fine. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Milwaukee. Yeah, whatever. Got it. Like, you don't even really give it no thought. And then that first time, because the thing about Portland is, Portland's one of them places that's, like, it's not warm, but it is not super cold. Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Milwaukee? Bruh. I was just in Chicago over the weekend, and it snuck up and started snowing. Man, that shit was hitting me in the face, like with the wind.
Yeah.
And I was in Iceland making it happen. You know what I'm saying? I got real proud of myself. And like, yo, I've really adapted to this cold, man. I got to Chicago, and the Hawk was like, nah, your boy been waiting on you. And that's Chicago. We ain't even talking about Milwaukee.
Look. Living in Milwaukee for 2 years, man, I love Milwaukee. Great people, love black culture over there. But when it's talking about things to do, it's still growing. They still trying their best to like get it to that point of like, hey, come to Milwaukee. We got fun shit to do. But Milwaukee in March, yeah, I'm saving a lot of money. I'm staying in. I ain't coming outside, bro. I'm going to work, practice, and to the crib. And we just go use our imagination. And again, like I said, most of his teammates are either super young and like they playing video. Like, I don't even know if they ain't playing video games. Bro might become a professional boxer with the training because he got that much free time in Milwaukee. He's just in there. He's just going to bring a real boxing trainer in there to help him after games.
Oh, he probably tried to go hang out with Brooke one time and was like, nah, bro, this too much. This too much. Like, you think he tried to kick it? Hold up. You think Pat done got him in the car and made that trip down to Chicago? Oh, yeah. Brooke, they was out here watching Aladdin. But you think Pat maybe got him in the car and they went down to Chi?
You know what? After that quote, I think he needs to become Pat Bev's best friend. Pat Bev can show him a good time in the Midwest. Like, I think Pat Bev could bring that quote would be different by playoffs. If he go hang out with Pat.
It could be. Here's the only question I got about Pat, especially Pat from Chicago and Milwaukee right down the road, right? Like, Pat could conceivably be living in North Chicago right now, okay?
Yep.
Who Pat bringing with him from the shack? Like, that's the only question I got is, like, because I don't know do I want to hang out with Patrick Beverley's friends? I don't know if that's so. Like, there's nothing worse than when you got a friend but you don't like none of their friends.
I mean, Dame from the town, man. He could adapt.
I don't mean he want to hang out with whoever Patrick Beverley bringing around.
Yeah, it might be I'm too old for this shit. When you get there, you get there, you like, man, I'm too old for this shit. That's like you hanging with me and I'm like, hey, bro, we about to go here, and I ain't really tell you. You just trusting my judgment because you like me, and then we end up in a spot and you like, bro, you just say to yourself, I'm too old for this shit.
Hold up, he need to talk to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder got to know the spots. He went to college there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not many spots for us.
I know.
For us.
I know. I feel you, but I'm just saying, Jay Crowder could tell him where to go. Maybe that's what it is. I'll be honest with you. I wonder what it'd be like to hang out with the Nasses. I bet you with the Nasses walk up in any spot, his money is no good there. I bet everybody be happy when the Nasses show up in a spot.
Oh, he's a man,
he'd be happy as hell to be there.
I'm pretty sure he treats that city like shit. He probably goes out, yo, I need a table. You know what I mean? Like, we get, because I seen who came, I'm trying to think of, somebody went to Phoenix. I forgot, they got money. They ended up getting like a big deal, and they came to Phoenix. I watched them treat Scottsdale like shit. Like, he was an average player, but he got paid. And it's like, that mentality, you almost think you larger than life when you go to like a city like that. Like, Dame is that famous that he can't go out to me. He can't show himself. Like, he can't do nothing in Milwaukee. Like, it would be unbearable. He can't go to Dave & Buster's. He can't go to Brown Deer. He can't play around. He not outdoorsy. Like, he too famous for that place. Because Aaron Rodgers couldn't pull that off. There's so many people that are just like, yo, you like Giannis. Giannis can't be seen driving. That's out. That's out.
You say Dave need to go get him a rifle and a vest and go start hunting? That's what he need to do. Start killing
Just
the
pick up a
time.
hobby, bro. Adapt to the Midwest, bro. Go partner with a cheese company. Drop your own cheese. You know what I mean? Like, just do something, bro. Because in Portland, he was everywhere, bro. He had car dealerships, mattress deals. Like, really just embrace that. Like, you know what I mean? Milwaukee, like I said, Milwaukee's a great place, great people. But Milwaukee in March is tough. Iowa in March is tough. I went to college in Iowa, bro, and I was just be thinking about in and out. That was it.
What you think Danilo Gallinari be doing in Milwaukee?
Listen, Danilo Gallinari, I'm for sure. I know he getting faded. He trying out the best of the best whiskey. He just chilling, bro. He chilling.
Look,
like I said, it ain't.
I want to know. I want to know where he was kicking it when he was in Atlanta. That's what I want to know. I want to know where he was rolling when he was with the Hawks. I want to know where the Italian.
Outside. He probably was outside. He probably was outside for sure for a little bit, trying it. I was in Milwaukee when Luke Richard Mabute, what's brother name? Ersan Ilyasova. Like, I would never see those dudes out. Like, so I know a Danilo Gallinari not about to be in the mix. They'll Carlos Delfino. You know what I mean? Like, them dudes to do steakhouses and go home. You know what I mean? Like, the only time to come outside was literally dinner after games. You got private chef. You start that Milwaukee, the actually place where you in Milwaukee and Oklahoma City are the place where you think an immature player is going to cut up. They'll become mature. Shea got married
because they ain't got no other choice.
Shea got married, bro.
Shea got married. They got no other choice. What else they gonna do? What else they gonna do? Let me tell you, this is the problem the NBA got, man. When black folks get money, we got like 5 places in America that we really try to move. If it's even 5, right? Because, I mean, there's some that you can move to. Like Miami's, like not everybody's trying to move to Miami after they get money, but it's a place to go. Like Miami, Atlanta, Houston's a good place. California. There ain't that many places, but it's like really like 5, 6, maybe 7 places that we trying to go once we get some money, okay? Yeah. However, the NBA is in 28 cities. You see, we got a shortage. We got a shortage here. And so what that means is a lot of dudes with all the money they ever dreamed of. Like, they like Brumman when he showed up and it was the glass refrigerator full of sandwiches and he couldn't open the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got everything I ever dreamed of, but look around.
It's the pandemic. It's the pandemic. You still getting paid from your job. You probably getting extra little money and everything shut down. Everything shut down. You can't go nowhere. You got all the money at your wildest dreams. You can't get a haircut. You can't go outside. You can't spend this money.
You just said living in Miami is the pandemic. It's locked down. I mean, Milwaukee. Big difference. See, there I did again. Yes. I just said Somalia, but I'm in Samoa.
Yes. And that's a night and day. Because, again, having all the money. What you going to do with $42 million a year in Milwaukee?
I'm going to get very rich, very, very rich. But we gonna sell some stuff.
This is another thing.
Yeah, hold on. Put a pin in that because we got to sell this stuff. Coming back on the right time. Prize Picks is the most fun you can have by winning up to 25 times your money. And with the football season over, you can still win money with basketball and hockey. Just choose 2 or more players. Pick more or less on their projected stats and place your entry. You can pick combo projections across multiple sports from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. Prize Picks is really simple to play. You can make your picks and submit your entry in less than 60 seconds. And if you stick around for the end of the show, you'll get to hear some picks from our producer, Sean, that can either help you win or make you fail miserably. So make sure you go to prizepicks.com/Bomani and use code Bomani for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/Bomani. Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Trey, just imagine you done put in all that put in all that grind to get all that money, and here you are in Indianapolis.
Oh. Shout out to Indianapolis, though. Indianapolis got great donuts, great steakhouses. But you're right. Again,
hold on.
Player,
steakhouses, plural.
No, let me take that back. Minnesota has the steakhouses.
Okay.
Indianapolis has a steakhouse, right? But
just check it. Just check it.
I will say again, this is the Somali thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But I will say this: with small market teams, you get great fans. You get ultra fans, the fans that actually name their kid after you, the fan that'll get the premeditated tattoo of the championship, the fan that'll greet you after a playoff loss in the blistering cold. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But playing for these teams and having all that money, disposable money, right? You like $70 million a year, some ridiculous by the next 2026. But you play for the Pacers and you got a crib in whatever place, Indiana, outskirts, 25-minute drive to the practice facility. So you're just hiding out in your mansion of 18 rooms. And nobody to see.
Right.
It's just sad, bro. Like, is it even fun anymore? You really got to psych yourself out, bro. You got an 18-room mansion. You know what I mean? You got everything. You got a living chef. You got full court basketball, and nobody want to fly out to you.
You know what you got to do, honestly? You got to really lean into giving back to the community. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, you got to make yourself the king of the city. You need to be in the hospitals. Like, you need to make it so that when you hit the streets, you feel a love that can never be replaced by you going anywhere else. Like, you're gonna have to develop a very substantial relationship with the place. Yes.
I feel like Iverson Philly. Yeah.
They love
you. You got to be Kobe Lakers. You got to be to a point where you're not from there, but you're damn near adopted now.
Yeah. See, Kobe, I always say Kobe was fascinating, and unlike anybody else, Dirk kind of has it in a similar way. But they got Kobe as a child, and they went through all the stages of growth with him. And so when it got to like the end of his career, and like it really hit me when he died, but nobody had ever grown up with a fan base, because Lakers fans went through it with Kobe. This was not love the whole way through. That bond was tested many times over.
The booing against the Jazz, the air ball, like, you know, the fake. I remember reading the headlines of the fake Jordan, because you remember the Harold Miner went through that, and then now we got like a duplicate that ain't delivering early. You know what I mean? Like, they thought this was a failed project. They was mad they traded off Eddie Jones at one point.
Yeah, but that's a whole longer discussion to me about how we're messing up with Kobe, in that everybody loved Kobe now, but no, the real story is much more interesting and actually much more gratifying, because we did not all love Kobe. Kobe did not always make it easy for you to love him, right? Like, and even the Mamba mentality stuff that we talk about now is fraught with some, you know, that works out well as an individual pursuit, but when you start adding other pieces, this doesn't necessarily go as easy, right? We've lost the plot. I should have even said that, because we could talk about that forever. But I want to ask you this about LeBron, and now I feel bad because people think I hate LeBron, and I don't hate LeBron. But I know Lakers fans, going from a Kobe discussion to a LeBron discussion, I know that feel weird to them, because they still try to make this LeBron thing work. They're going over the top and how they feel about it. It's what it is. But LeBron, like, can we put this is the thing he said about, so basically somebody put up a mock draft and they said that Bronny was not in that mock draft. He'd probably be taken in 2025. And here comes LeBron on his horse, puts on his cape, and like to the other kids out there striving to be great, just keep your head down and work. These mock drafts don't matter a bit. I promise you, only the work matters. Let's be real. And didn't he say some other stuff about, why don't you just let a kid be a kid? Like, he talking about this shit like it's Showbiz Pizza. Didn't he say that?
Yes.
Ain't that man also?
Like he did not start that. Bro, he said Bronny could make plays better than some of the active players right now, right?
He said like half the league.
Yes. I got a chance to spend time with Bronny last year in McDonald's All-American. Great kid. Gets a bad rep. Comes with the territory of who your daddy is. Just wants to be one of the kids, right? Had a great showing. A lot of people felt like he shouldn't have been there. Kid's very smart, makes the right plays, high IQ, was able to have 15 points in the game, right? Now, summer hits, has some issues with his heart, kept him out, sideline, has been very blessed to return. A lot of people don't return when they have heart issues. It's kind of like, that's it. I'm sure he got the best treatment in the world. Now he's out playing under 20 minutes a game, 5 points a game as a freshman. Very serviceable. But to throw him on a mock draft is disrespectful to the game. It's disrespectful to the other players who I don't think he's not deserving, but I think he needs time to grow. And, there's a quote, elevators to success. I think he can earn his own keep on his own time without his dad. But I think there's a bigger issue because they want to do the Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. shit.
Right. Well, at least LeBron wants to.
LeBron wants to do it. LeBron wants to do it. And he's also going to control this narrative of that it's way bigger than 6 rings or that it's way bigger. And again, I'm not here to bash LeBron because LeBron is one of the greatest players to suit up. LeBron is on pace to have 40,000 points. LeBron is on pace this season also to play 57,000 minutes. He's about to surpass Kareem this year, Bomani. That's 6 days of playing straight basketball, no breaks. Basketball immortality. That dude is just ridiculous. But he be on some bullshit. He be on some bullshit. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Like this one right here. First of all, nah, man. Unfortunately, no. We can't just let him be a kid because he's actually not really a kid, right? Like by this time, you was in the NBA, and I know LeBron had to take on weight that he does not want his kids to have to take on, obviously. But the truth is, this is the game, and you know that this is what the game is, right? I feel bad for Bronny on the mock draft stuff because I felt like people were putting him way too high in mock drafts last year because mock drafts don't matter. So you can do anything you want in them far-off mock drafts just to get people to click, just to get people to talk about it. And so it's Bronny's name... Drive. It's a total cloud drive, right? And so then Bronny's name gets recycled and pushed around in ways that the average person is assuming more of him than is honestly fair. If he gets to the NBA at all, it is a victory because getting to the NBA at all is really, really hard. But then when you look at it, it's juxtaposed against, you talk about LeBron trying to get him a multi-year deal to keep playing, and all of it just looks like, man, this don't seem like it's going to be any fun for anybody because I'm going to tell you this right now. I got on to the NBA and we taking NBA road trips, the last thing I need is my daddy down the hall. And by the way, I don't know how much my daddy wants me down the hall.
Hey, you podding. You is podding right now because I ain't even think about that.
I'm just saying.
That's a whole nother
I'm just saying, like, would you really want to be out here living on the road with your kid or living on the road with your pops?
Yeah, especially when you want to be your own man. And I don't think that's even the whole scenario of what he's got a chance to do yet, right? He's not even allowed to do, like, media. Like, bro, imagine he have a bad game, bro, and they like, yeah, Bronny James, PR. You think Bron gonna step in for the team and be like, nah, he not doing it. He not doing it tonight. Like, he can't speak up. And that was used to be, that's crazy, like, to control the media part. Like, bro, he a collegiate athlete. Now he got to speak for his own. You can't just be like, no further questions. No.
Wait till LeBron start hitting him with the strays. Wait till LeBron start hitting him with the strays. You know, LeBron start putting out that passive-aggressive stuff out there. Hey, look, man, let me tell you this too, Bronny. Like, I mean, he loved you more than he loved D-Wade. However, he'll trade you both.
Yeah. If it start affecting some other stuff, because he's gonna be like, we got to be focused. I know it's these girls and these cars and these jewelry and these young people. They just don't want to. They be like, bro, that's your son. Hey, what? You kid with me, bro.
Bronny, Bronny used to that. They gonna come ask Bronny about that and be like, yeah, it's what your dad had to say. Yeah, he would do that, wouldn't he? Or they both be sitting in there with each other like, no, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. No, anything wrong? No, nothing's wrong, Dad. Anything wrong with you? No, nothing's wrong.
Or he's in a season, he's on an island. They share the floor, and you got Luka Doncic, you got Jalen Brunson, you got Dame, you got Halliburton, you got Westbrook, you got all these motherfuckers that's really good. And they like, yeah, your daddy not gonna save your ass. And LeBron actually is the drop coverage, but he's older now. And he's thinking he's doing like he's doing his best to like save his son on the help side. And like, bro, they gonna be talking so much shit. They gonna be talking so much shit.
Do you remember that first game, Patrick Beverly on Lonzo Ball? And that was Lonzo Ball.
That's Lonzo Ball. I do see it from this perspective too. Bo, I think he going this year, despite what anybody else talking about. He gonna go. And he gonna be drafted. Which team is going to waste that second round pick on him? Is what I'm curious about. Because we gonna get a very held out free agency from LeBron James dramatically. Now that we have a 2-day draft, we now gotta wait 2 days.
Oh, that's
it's gonna be very dramatic. It's gonna be very dramatic. And that team that takes a gamble is going to think they have that shot. They better have. All I know is the team that is willing to take Bronny better have the cap space. Because he's looking for 60 a year.
Yeah, but that's how you wind up stuck with Shabazz Napier. You remember that one? You remember that when LeBron was like, yo, I sure would take Shabazz Napier. And the Heat were like, yeah, we take Shabazz Napier too. And I don't know what language Shabazz Napier out here speaking right now, but it ain't English.
It is for sure not. He a dual citizen now.
That's where we are. No, I had something else. I got a short circuit in my earpiece, so I had to hit the button because I had missed you for a second. But there was something else I was just thinking about, and I just got completely thrown off because I had the short circuit in the earpiece as it relates to the 2-day draft. Hey, man, I don't know who thinks this is a good idea, but I don't know about you, but I looked at a mock draft for just round 1 the other day, and let me tell you something. I ain't never heard of none of these motherfuckers before. I don't know who any of these people are. And I'm not just talking about the ones from other countries, Stan. I'm talking about the boys from the US of A.
Yeah. College basketball's in a weird spot. Our superstars are the women.
Yes.
We don't have any real male college basketball stars. Dillingham, he might surprisingly be number 1 just because it ain't Manny to rival. Edie in Purdue is literally the best player to me. He's the best player right now in college basketball, but it's not a sexy enough name to be like, man, I wonder who's going to get Edie. Like, nah, bruh. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen this drop off in a long time. And that's no shade to the players because I do think, you know, the unknowns are always the weird ones where they actually become somebody. And I like that. Yeah. Shout outs to y'all. If y'all ever felt doubted, no disrespect from me or Bomani. There's nobody that's usually we create that type of player and be like, yo, you know what's name's over there. It hasn't been that.
First of all,
it hasn't been that.
Thank you for throwing me under that disclaimer. That's a real homie right there. You know what I'm saying? You did not just simply offer your own no disrespect. You also brought me into your no disrespect so that people understood that there was a cone of respect, right? That goes from where I'm at to where you at, and we all in that, and not everybody would do that. And I greatly appreciate that. I'm curious your thought on this part though, because this is where I think the NBA is going to wind up helping college basketball again. This G League Ignite thing is looking like a G League disaster, right? It looks like it is not doing. It's not doing what it was supposed to do, guys. It's not doing that.
Be honest.
And so, yeah,
it's G League deceased. This is going to be the last year, probably after this.
It's got to be, man. It's got to be. It's just a horrible idea. Like, I think that at some point, a lot of these players are going to recognize, and we'll see what happens at overtime elite, because, like, the Thompson twins seem to be doing all right. Like, them having taken that path hasn't seemed to hurt them. But I think being part of a team is very, very important. And I think the thing that these cats aren't learning enough of, and part of why we are not seeing top-level stars be produced, is they're not staying anywhere long enough to learn what it truly is to be a high-level star. You know, if you're just going somewhere long enough to audition and get on, then you're going to be there. G League Ignite over is G League Ignite over. That's an important distinction. The G League itself will still be there, but the G League Ignite, where they tried to get their own little team together, and like Scoot Henderson, Scoot Henderson's the worst commercial ever, and like he's the one where it's like, did y'all break him? Because if y'all broke him, nobody should ever mess with y'all again.
I think Scoot's turning around. I think in his situation, it's tough for a guard, man. It's always tough when you got that much like push and product, like not industry plant stuff, because that kid can really play. He also landed in a situation where like put Scoot Henderson surrounded by people because he wants to pass. We're so used to guards like filling it up. Scoot wants to pass. He actually wants to be in the assist category and do what it takes to be around winners. Portland is like, nah, we landed with a Damian Lillard 2.0. He don't shoot like Dame. He athletic, but he don't play like Dame, bro. He more on the Eric Bledsoe side. He more on the, like this crazy athletic. And you're like, we hope the upside kind of goes that better. And I think Scoot can be much better than Eric Bledsoe. No disrespect to Eric Bledsoe. He's a solid pro. But
he's also a lot bigger than Eric Bledsoe, right?
Yes, much bigger. But yeah, I mean, I think right now with the NIL and the overall competition of things that's going on, college is getting their flair back, which was very good from a business perspective of me being a part of the McDonald's All-American, campaign and stuff like that. I was getting nervous because I'm like, they're pulling all these guys away for money, and now guys are starting to see the incentive of being on a college campus, of getting that free exposure and building up your brand, and actually, like, what was that Ole Miss quarterback got a private jet NIL deal? You know what I mean? Like Caitlin Clark, for example, right? We just watched Breonna Stewart take a 1-year deal to re-sign with the New York Liberty. Now she can go make money elsewhere. 1-year deal to keep her team intact. She just wants to win a championship. Caitlin Clark she got 19 NIL deals right now, Bomani. 19. The queen of Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. I lived in Forest City, Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. And when you leave to a smaller, like you're almost bigger than the WNBA. I hate to even say that because we have talents like Asia Wilson. But if Asia Wilson played in the NCAA right now, she would be just as bigger than the WNBA. So the exposure and the free,
the issue,
must see TV.
The WNBA's problem, and this is the super important thing, man. They don't have no teams for nobody to care about. There's a world of people who care about Iowa basketball. Like in the end, the enduring unit is the team. We talked about this on this show before. Like that's the enduring unit, and so you gotta if you're not going to be able to make people care about your league until people care about the teams. Because this is the problem the NBA is having right now. Is because they think people just coming in to care about these players, and they've just done a terrible job of making people actually care about these teams. And you would hope, and this is where I think the way the contract setup is now, we're basically draft a guy in the first round, you got him for 7 years, right? They all sign the qualifying. You know what I mean? They all take the extension. Nobody takes the qualifying offer. Yeah. They all basically stay for 7 years. But the problem is those first years, they're not good enough to make an impact because they're just too young to make that sort of impact. And so how do you make it to where people start caring about these teams early? Like that's what I was talking about looking at the Thunder now. The Thunder got a set of dudes that's not terribly different than what they had 15 years ago that got people all excited about them. But nobody cares enough about the team. Nobody stuck around after those guys left. I mean, the people from Oklahoma obviously did. But there aren't that many people that stuck around after to realize they're doing it again. It's right there and they're doing it again. But people didn't invest in the team in that same way.
Yeah, I mean, you got a competent GM, front office. You could reinvent the wheel. Everybody don't get a Sam Presti. Everybody don't got a competent GM or front office running over there. So you trade off those valuable draft picks. You go trade for that old player. You know what I mean? That got old car that got 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah, Sam Presti realized, like, look, man, I'm going to have to treat her right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to be, I ain't going to be able to be out here just flashing bread around. I ain't that sexy, none of that, man. I got to have flowers every day when she come home. She need to feel the love from me every single day. And the boys feel the love, apparently. Like, the fact that Shane be like, all right, cool, I'll ride this out. Because I wouldn't.
He definitely could have went anywhere at that point. And I feel like he going to get that number retired for sure over there. Whatever he want to do. Whatever he want to do over there in Oklahoma, he going to be good. And I don't do the comparisons. But if he could deliver one, it remind me of that Toronto DeMar Kawhi situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
DeMar gave some great years over there. Vince Carter gave some great years over there.
He really did.
But then you get that one new guy, and he delivered what you worked really hard for.
Dude, they about to have
people forget
Chet, man. Like Chet, who I think has actually been the rookie of the year this year. Like Big Vic is doing some incredible things, but I think the guy has been Chet so far. Dog, if him and Chet in 2 years, like what that's going to look like in 2 years? Because also, man, we talked about this before with Chet. Chet a dog, man. Chet is here to do things.
He competitive, man. He competitive. I really like the trajectory of like how we felt about LeBron Melo, but him and Wemby, because Wemby's only gonna get better, you know.
But also LeBron and Melo were homies. These dudes are not.
Yeah, they don't like each other. Yeah. This is a complete different thing. I think there's something there for Nike also to play off of, you know, good in-house competition. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But those dudes are gonna be fun.
Chet need to start coming to the ring like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They need to start bringing him to the ring. Ho! And he carrying that flag. That's what they That's what they need to have. Vic need to come out here acting French than a motherfucker at all times. That's what they need to have, right? Like we need to turn this into a thing. Make the Olympics into something. We can't scrapping it out.
We Rocky Ford it.
That's what we doing it. That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
Yeah.
Like Vic need to stop speaking English. He need to just do French in all the interviews.
That would be killer. That'd be killer. Because like
show up in a beret.
Ain't gonna be on.
You know what I'm saying? Walk around with like a cigarette holder.
Just be mad prideful. Just showing up as a countryman. Yep.
It's all the time.
Could you imagine getting dunked on you get dunked on and a Frenchman say some French shit to you? Like, what the fuck he say?
Oh my God. Well, did you see Rudy bagged up Big Vic the other day? And I can only imagine what Rudy said to him in France. Like, yo, man, Rudy got to be taking this all personally, right? Like, Rudy thought he was the one holding it down.
He the big homie. He's the reason. He's the first viral clip. You don't remember that? Remember they were playing ones, and he was
That's right.
Yo, they got the French kid. He's 16. He coming. And he was playing him in ones, and he was hitting him with that shit. And motherfucker was like, oh, France got some shit over there. I don't know what they doing, but they got some shit. That's how Drago. He the modern day Drago. he over here now. And bruh, I don't know what. You seen this? He tried some shit last night. I think it was last night. He goes behind the back, throws it off the glass, and just kind of came short of like dunking it. And I'm just like, bro, it's NBA Street trying to get style points. Like literally.
He's starting to make those threes, man, where he's out here low crossing them and stepping up and going back. And them threes where it looked like he going like this with like two fingers because his hand's so big. He's starting to make them, dog.
How's the Spurs better than the Wizards and Pistons?
But they not really better. Like
yeah, they're not trying either, but they just still on paper better.
Look,
like
I still think Pop. I can't believe Pop ain't gone ahead to talk with them boys. They don't seem to understand. Like ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. They don't. Like I say, it's Ricky Davis over and over and over again. They got a Ricky Davis from France. They got Ricky Davises from all over the world over there on that team.
I would say go get Killian Hayes, man. Frenchman, fellow French kid, point guard, not really loved. Just build this little French thing over there. Just, and your job solely is to get Big Vic the ball. That's it. Get the alien the ball, get out the way. That's it.
Dog, his shit don't look real. It looks like cartoons. No. Like these long arm dunks that he out here getting on people. It doesn't look real.
No. He's Stretch Armstrong out there, bro. I didn't think anybody in our lifetime. I mean, we've seen George Murison, we've seen the Manute Bowes, we've seen the Mark Edens, they just haven't been that skilled. Bobo, I like what Bobo is able to do, but Bobo ain't, Victor. Big Vic out here doing some shit. Like I said, watch when he fine-tune and he gets some players around him. Like I said, I hate to do that because I like Trey Jones. I like those other kids over there. You know what I mean? Like, they solid. But they ain't gonna win no ball games. And when they surround, like, imagine a former NBA All-Star pulling the Andre Iguodala and going to join Big Vic.
Yeah.
And saying, all right, I just want to play with Buddy.
I just want to see what it's like.
We got a problem. I just want to see what it's like. Like, I'm a 10-year vet. I'm coming up. Like, Paul George was like, yo, I just want to go play with Big Vic. What? Oh, Let
me tell you something. He's too
old. And
I'll
take the pay cut to go play with Big Vic.
Hold on. He's too old now, but can you imagine a 2 year ago Chris Paul just deciding that I'm going to go out here and set this dude up all game long?
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Chris Paul could have did something right now. Because all he got to do is pass. That's it. That's all he got to do is pass. They going to be about 25 more wins on that record. They're going to be 30. They got 36 wins. And they probably a play-in, which San Antonio probably don't want. But they in the talks of the play-in. They giving somebody a headache. Just give me a shooter, Chris Paul, and call it a day.
I think Big Vic be so sick of Chris Paul, he'd be calling him all kind of shit and fresh.
Oh my God. Could you imagine Chris Paul trying to teach life lessons?
Oh man, let me tell you this too. Chris Paul would go learn just enough fresh to be annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, he for sure be talking to him. That's some Kobe shit. That's some Kobe shit. Kobe would literally be, I'm fluent in French. I'm going to just talk to bro. They'd be on the court talking French. They just pissing everybody off. Like, bro,
imagine Anthony Edwards standing. Like, imagine Anthony Edwards' face listening to Rudy and Big Vic speak French to each other.
He'd be like, what the fuck you say? Y'all talking about me?
It'll be like my man Terry, man. One time me and my man Terry was somewhere, and some people started speaking Armenian to each other, and we didn't see it coming. And there's just no way for us to have seen it coming. And my man Terry was like, next thing I know, he from Memphis. Next thing I know, they start speaking some shit I ain't never heard. That shit wasn't nothing close to Spanish. I feel like that's how Anthony Edwards would feel in that moment.
Oh,
like, yo, where y'all learn this at? This what y'all speak in France? What y'all call it? French? Oh, okay, you're right. It makes sense.
Yeah, and he'll have a good humor with that. For real, man.
Yes, man. That is Travonne Edwards, man. Tell the people where they can check the podcast out, man.
Man, Black Opinions Matter. Bomb podcast on all streaming platforms under the Count the Dings network. Bomani, thank you so much for always having me on. Appreciate it. Hope to be back.
Oh, dude, all day, man. I appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for listening to The Right Time. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Sean, you got prize picks for the people?
I sure do, Bo. Austin Reeves, 1.5 3-pointers made. De'Aaron Fox, 3.5 assists. Tyrese Halliburton, 14.5 points. And PJ Washington.
Let me guess.
More for PJ Washington as well on the fantasy score. I'll just wait for the chat to chime in because they know what the deal is. But yeah, those are the picks for today.
The optimist Sean Yu handles everything behind the scenes. Thank you, sir. Remember, follow the right time. Subscribe, like, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. You only give us 4 stars, I'm inclined to believe you are a hater. We'll talk to you guys in a couple of days. Take it easy.